Hello and welcome back to the second episode of Blanket Fort. My name is A and I am your GM for this Avatar Legends campaign. Friends and friends who are here.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
I've got to do this, but I don't want to do all the work anymore. So would anyone, and there's 3 episodes left, so you're each going to do one, care to give us a short recap of what happened last week?
So, we found Chen and Bo, the dynamic duo, walking to where they thought was the Northern Water Tribe, but found the Northern Air Temple, where they met a very chaotic, wonderful man named Flint, fellow earthbender, where they accidentally insulted various earth acolytes who were doing their best to be so hospitable to us. Give us food and rest, and now we're on our way in a hot air balloon to see a person named Kavik and go on and continue on our quest.
Amazing. Before we start, we will be doing growth for our characters in this short campaign. We'll be doing it every episode for the sake of it actually meaning something by the end. So we'll be doing it on screen the first time, and then just assume it's been done off screen, and whenever a bonus gets added, that'll be said on screen. But yeah, everyone, there's 4 questions. If you say yes to these 4 questions, tick a box on your character sheet. Once you've ticked 4 of them, you get to tick another box that will unlock eventually a new skill for you, or like new bonuses, new skills, new techniques. There's a bunch of stuff you can pick from. So there we go. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
I learned what a sea is.
I learned that my earthbending training was maybe classist, and not teaching us sand or swamp bending was maybe not a good idea. Maybe have something to learn from people of various,
Okay, so the 2 of you get to tick a box. Flint?
I'm not sure if I've learned anything about the world itself. I learned that, some people think they can walk across the ocean. That was new information for me. But I don't think I learned anything new about the world itself.
Very cool. Then you don't get to tick any boxes for this. Second question is, did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
I think I was the community problem.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Same for Chen.
And Flint?
I went berry hunting. I am helping these 2 fine folk get to their destination.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
And and I chatted to Haywan about finding help for their air temple.
Exactly. Totally works. Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center? This is funny. For everyone watching, I fully forgot about balance last episode, so everyone is at center and doing really well balance-wise, so everyone will get to tick that one. And then each of you have the final question on the back of your own character sheets, so we'll go around and you can each say what your question is and whether or not you say yes to that question.
My question is, did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others? Now, I did pursue a goal, but my goal is to the reason for it is to protect others. So I think technically, no.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Where's this question on our sheet?
You don't have growth because you're old already. So
Chen,
when
you heard it here first. Chen has no more growth to do. He's got it on lock.
So what you do is that when a PC embraces your guidance and comfort, you may shift toward experience, which is one of your balance tracks, to declare them a protege. And then there's like shenanigans going on, so keep that in mind. And then if it ever happens, we'll dive into the shenanigans.
Interesting. Okay.
Because the way you earn growth is by helping others work towards a balance principle that you've chosen for them. essentially.
Interesting.
I know what I'm doing.
You do.
Fine.
I have not protéged anybody. I did not protege anybody last time.
Mine is, did you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits? Now, here are my bad habits. Vandalism and sabotage. Trespassing. Daredevil stunts and rabble-rousing. And I did the jump thing. And I feel like that's Daredevil stunts, getting a kid to jump
Also,
higher.
you fully made them trespass
Yeah. Yeah,
into
that
the
too.
sanctuary.
Into the air temple, yeah, absolutely. Got them to go through the hall,
Yep.
which, again, a bit of vandalism and sabotage right there, because I
There
did.
you go.
I fixed it, but technically. And also, the very first thing I did when I got into that room was press a lot of buttons everywhere, like pre
Yes,
this,
you did.
pre the game last time. So it's his nature is automatic rebel rousing whenever he can. But also, I don't get to tick the center of balance thing because mine was a 1 to survival. Mine is survival and friendship, and I think
Yeah.
we talked about this on session 0. That mine was a 1 to survival because I move around the mountains a lot.
It is still your center is different to where your thing is at this precise moment.
Right.
Your center is at +1 survival. That's what
Plus
we
one
decided
survival.
last time.
Yeah.
So as long as you've not gone one way or the other during the session,
Got it.
it's stayed at your center. Cool. Are we ready to dive in?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Our unlikely crew of heroes, after a couple of days of travelling in the sky and landing a little bit just so that the earthbenders could stretch their legs, as we've established that was important for them, the crew was expertly guided by Flint, who does know these mountains by heart, to Kobe, which is you approach it from above, and as you kind of start lowering the hot air balloon downwards, you notice that it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rows of ships that are parked so close next to one another that they create a village just straight up on the boats, and there's like bustling crowds buying fish from one vendor and then immediately jumping onto the next deck over just to get the vegetables from someone else, and you kind of arrive and see this, and you land right on the outskirts of the town, where the small bit where the one boat connects to the rest of the land. But otherwise, this is fully like outwards into the sea and stretches for miles of these boats lined up next to one another with people jumping between them. You can tell that they're both houses and shops, and just everything is like community centres. There's everything in these boats. They've recreated a village with these boats lined up. I don't know if this is clear. I'm trying to explain this. I have a
Yeah.
image in my brain and I'm struggling.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
But yeah, basically it's a floating village, but it's not wooden panels. It's just full boats.
Well,
I'd be like, is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it?
that's Kobe.
How do we land not on the boats?
Well, we land right where we are landing on,
Oh.
on the side by
I wasn't paying attention to
Uh-huh.
what you were doing.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We're here. We landed. We're just turning. Do we need to tell someone that this is ours? No, sure, it'll be fine. Let's go. He's just like,
Is
gets
there some
out.
kind of valet system at Kobe? Like, we gotta give him a ticket, gotta give him our...
I mean, we don't, to be fair, this is gonna be a Flint problem, not an us problem.
I think the
So
second
we could
we
just
jumped
carry
in that
this
hot
with
air
you.
balloon, all Flint problems became our problems.
More than you know.
Yeah, Chen's gonna look around. Can I assess the situation to see if there is any type of valet system?
Go ahead, yeah.
Ooh, that's That's a 10.
Nice. You look around, you see there's a guy that's guarding the entrance of because it's one boat separating the land from the actual city. I mean, it's smaller than a city, it's more a town. But he doesn't look like he's a valet. And when you look at him, you kind of notice that you need to not draw too much attention to yourselves, otherwise he will ask you to move the hot air balloon away. It's not meant to stay here. This is not a parking spot for people to leave stuff on. This is fully the entrance to a town. You're not meant to just leave your ship here.
Okay, so it
But there's
looks
no
like
valets.
there's no valets, which is upsetting. But I think we just kind of gotta dock and head out real quick without.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe we should have brought someone else from the Earth Kingdom with us so that they could have flown it back from the Earth Kingdom, from the Air Acolytes with us. But we're here now, so let's just go. Let's just leave it.
Wouldn't that have been a smart?
You could not have expected Flint to think of any of that. He's already halfway towards the entrance. He has the air balloon dead in his mind. Just. But to be honest, they should have known better by giving anything to Flint. So.
I think I get out of the basket and then I help Chen out.
Thank you very much.
So this is the first time that you've set foot on land for a while. Essentially, what you're looking at is more non-Earth because you're about to step on a bunch of boats on the sea.
This is my last. Are we gonna get a second on this land before we go on the boat or straight to boat?
We gotta go water. We gotta go to the water. You gotta go to the water.
Can I just scoop up a little bit? Sand.
Oh. You would have seen the first time we landed, because we'd probably been flying for a day or so before we landed for the first time. He full on just did an undershirt of earth. Just went, he lay down, bended it undershirt, and now he's got it under his shirt. He's got just rocks and dirt kind of pressed against his body as he's walking towards this boat. Just see a little trail of dirt falling behind him.
Flint, the only man who likes having just a thin layer of sand covering his whole body at all times.
A nightmare.
That's what I like to sit. Chaotic nightmare, right there.
Okay, I just pat the dirt and then okay.
It's okay. There'll be more. I mean, there won't because we're going to a nice place. But there'll be more eventually at some point in life, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. You're right, Bo. Eventually.
Yes. I'm glad I could comfort you.
Genuinely trying to think when the next time you'll touch Earth is going to be. Going to the Northern Water Tribe, I do.
Two earthbenders.
We are
two
good
earthbenders.
fit for this campaign. Our skills will be
He's got it all. Brilliant. So you kind of make your way towards, and then this small man, really thin, he's just a guy with a stick, and he's kind of crouching, and then he sees you approaching. He immediately stands up. This is the first time he's actually had something to do for days, and he's like, "State your business."
Travel.
Kavik.
Yes, we're coming to visit a person named Kavik.
Yes.
And then we are traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But also we were traveling to get here, so it's just ongoing traveling.
Is this yours?
Yes.
No?
We're
So-
borrowing
Then I can
it.
take it.
Huh?
Can
You
I take it?
You can borrow it?
Okay. He's running towards the hot air balloon.
Wait,
Sold.
do we have our
Empty.
stuff left in there though? You can't take it yet. We have our stuff still left in it.
Oh, did
So
you
you don't
grab
leave all of your stuff on
Me
the
holding a bag.
balloon.
You left stuff behind?
Oh! Wait, no, I have to run. I have to run to get my photo. I have to run to get my photo really quickly.
You get there just in time. Like, he's fully about to leave. The gas is fully up in
Yeah.
the balloon already.
As he's taken off, I turn to the others like, should we tell him there's like maybe 2 hours of gas left?
Woo!
Never mind, he'll figure it out.
This is the fucking first time!
He'll figure it out.
Chen would have told him while he was getting the photo, but he doesn't know that there's only 2 hours of gas left.
Yeah.
So he's just like, have
It's
a good ride.
Yeah, Flint is just like smiling and waving, just like, he'll figure it out.
He'll hit the ground.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
Savagery. Amazing. So the path is clear. You, I'm assuming you will make your way, kind of pass through the first boat and then immediately into the kind of like mess of this place. And as you look around, people as you get closer and closer to the middle, people are starting to bump into you, and it feels like everyone knows exactly what they're doing, and it feels like you've been stuck in this kind of like intricately woven ballet of like organized chaos, essentially, and you're not really meant to be there. Everyone is running around you, trying to like make sure they don't bump into you, but you're not meant to be there.
Even if it's like not like a city, just being around like hustle and bustle, Chen is very excited. He's like trying to listen to see like what's going on, like very much like people watching, to be like, what's the hot trends, like who's like, I don't know, yeah, what's the vibe? Yeah, taking too long probably to like look around.
I'm like trying to get out of the way, but also trying to keep you out of the way. So you're like people watching, and I'm moving you around.
Flint unapologetically working in a straight line. Just like people are dancing around him, he's just walking in a straight line, looking around, see if he can spot Kavik.
You've been here before.
Yeah.
You don't know it well because you usually stay out of towns as much as possible. But like you've seen it before, so you're not as like doe-eyed. What the fuck is happening around me? And which I think might be why you're just focused on going straight ahead.
Yeah. Obviously, as straight as you can in a town made of boats.
Oh, that's
like,
made of boats.
Yeah, like as straight as you can, like taking the most direct path across everything. And I think like it'll probably take like a good. He would probably wait just about a minute or two of crossing this thing before he got bored and asked the first vendor that he could see if they knew where Kavik was.
You kind of tap someone on the shoulder who's busy with crates and stuff, and they turn around and they go, "Do you think we all know each other?"
Honestly, I ask everyone. I mean, I always thought about Kavik, and I knew them technically, but I don't know, not everyone. Try my luck, and I'll go to the next person along. Have you seen Kavik?
Okay. Can you roll a push your luck?
Absolutely. What is it? Passion. Oh, got a +1. Ooh. 11.
Oh, incredible. Literally the next person over is like, "Oh, yeah, I know Kavik. Everyone knows Kavik."
I turn around to the last one like,
He's got a
And,
he's got a memorable face.
And this woman like is like, "Well, if you go straight, how do we explain this to newcomers? If you go straight ahead and then you turn left after the yellow boat, and then you kind of go in a curve around the meat vendors, and then all the way in the back, as close as you can get to the seafront. Kavik is a fisherman, so they'll be fishing, or their boat will be out there." And then immediately she goes, "Wait, why do you need Kavik for?"
Good question. I don't know.
Maybe I wasn't meant to. Maybe
No.
I wasn't meant to say. Oh,
We were-
actually,
No,
go.
We were
back
sent
and then-
here
I-
from
I-
the air
I-
acolytes who are friends
come
of
from
theirs.
yeah. I come from the Air Temple. the Northern Air Temple. I helped there. Kavik been there, and then Haywan told me to find Kavik. Like fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, if they ask, I didn't tell you. And then she like immediately starts.
I got it. I got you.
Again,
Don't worry
that's
about it.
again.
Don't worry about it. As I'm the first person I spoke to, I go, and then like head through to the.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would we be able to go in a straight line to Kavik if we went through the water?
Roll me. And assess the situation.
That is. Hold on. Oh, it's creativity again. God damn it! I'm so uncreative. With a 5.
A 5.
Yep.
No way. Like all these boats are attached to one another, so to go through the water, you would need to detach all of these boats from one another.
Okay, I guess.
Which
I
is
will
more
not do
effort
that.
and more time than just going.
I just wanted to know if I could just dive in. And then pop back up.
Well, the answer is no, because you rolled a 5.
That's valid. I was just clarifying that I didn't want to detach boats from each other.
Yeah.
But alright, I guess I'll follow in Flint's wake, but what guiding Chen through Flint's wake. Flint's wake.
Chen's
Again.
just like sighing wistfully at all the vendors, being like, I remember when I had money and I could travel to cool places and buy delicious foods. I had to buy so many of these foods.
We're still
Like,
traveling
you're
to
truly
cool places.
wearing clothes that if you were to sell them would make you richer than most people here.
So they're all I have left. It has a thought of like, maybe. Nope, they're all I have left of who I was. We need them.
Well, if you want some food, I can get you some food.
How about we find Kavik first?
Okay. The option's there. You like keep
I like.
beelines.
I'm like, we'll talk. We'll talk later. Yeah, follow the directions.
Fantastic.
Around.
I'll like beeline to the yellow boat, then around the meat vendor, and then head to the front of the waterline.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Me too.
Bo, as you're walking out in the open in this town within society, can you roll a push your luck, please?
Ooh.
Maybe I forgot that I need to not be walking freely. Maybe I forgot that. What's push your luck? That's passion. That's a +1. That is 8.
You're fine. People maybe like do a double take on you to the point that I think Flint kind of notices that like people are looking at you weird, but nothing beyond that. And you make your way to.
Can
Flint-
I, while we're walking, then turn to Chen and say, "Do you have that handful of dirt you grabbed?"
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
I'm just gonna like, while you're holding it, just pour some water on it and then take it and just rub it on my face. Just try and hide my features.
Oh yes, that will make you less.
Yeah, very
More
inconspicuous.
Yeah.
I also have a hat in my other pocket. If you want a hat.
Oh, that. Yeah. I'll dust some of it off. It's still there, but it's not caked.
Okay. Chen's just looking out for your skincare. Like he doesn't. You have to do a whole thing if you're gonna properly.
I mean,
do an
this is just a whole like.
exfoliation.
This is a mud mask. That's all this is.
But we don't have moisturizer. You're not setting yourself up for success.
So do you go straight to where you were told?
Beelining. Absolutely.
Brilliant. As you kind of get to the outer part, so you went all the way through the city at this point. This is like the detachable part. Like all of it is technically detachable, but most of the center part of the city just hasn't really been moving that much. But these are the boats that go out, go fishing, come back in, give all of the other vendors all the food that they're meant to be selling. and you see like a couple of boats with people who look like regular people, and you kind of know to look for someone a bit special. And Flint, you've seen Kavik before, and they don't really seem to be there. And as you kind of continue along, it's like each boat, one after the other. Sometimes one of them is missing because they've gone out. And at the very, very, very end, these are the boats that leave the earliest in the morning and come back the earliest in the day to get the freshest of all freshest fish out there. You see a tall I'm joking, they're not that tall. They're not 6'5" again. They're a regular amount of talliness. And they are kind of like their back is to you, so you don't really see them. Do you want to like make yourselves known? Do you want to sneak up on them? What do you want to do?
Flint is only sneaky when he absolutely needs to be, and it's hard enough to do that on like a wooden deck. Even more so when you have flip-flops. So you just hear the like and the like wooden like clear as he's walking through, very heavy-footed, just right up to Kavik. Just right up to that person.
Okay, so as soon as you kind of get closer to their boat, there's they're like rushing around. They turn around and you see this like dark-skinned, wearing an oversized shirt with cuffed sleeves up, most buttons undone, revealing like a muscly, scarred and shiny chest. And their hair is like really long and falling all over, like covering a lot of their body. That's how long it is. In the most like perfect beach hair wavy beach. I know hair things, okay? The curly beach hair that people get, that's what they have. And they kind of turn around and go, "Oh, you're from the..."
Yes,
You're from
yes, Flint. The air temple.
Flint!
Yes.
The air temple. Oh,
Huh?
of course. Oh, pardon my state. And they kind of like try to like, we don't really know what they're doing at this point. They're just like rubbing off things from their hands as if they've been like dealing with like dirty fish all day, but they smell really nice.
Jenna's just been staring at their chest, and it's like taking so much effort to be like, look at their eyes. Remember all of your training. You know, you went to school for manners. And like...
Question: how old is Kavik?
Oh, it's a good
Kavik
question.
is like late 30s.
So it's not weird.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 62.
Just, around double their age. That's fine.
An acceptable range.
You recognize beauty. Recognize beauty everywhere around him. Is there nothing wrong with that?
They're just kind of like staring at you, waiting for you to explain
Yes.
yourselves.
So, Haywan sent us. More specifically,
how is she?
stressed. Really? A lot, because a lot of work to be done. You've seen the state of the place. But I think
haven't been in so long.
there's not much difference.
Oh.
Like it's long. I'm the only bender that they've asked for help. Well, more specifically, I showed up for about 4 months straight, non-stop, and they kept telling me to go away. And then eventually, the cart broke down. I helped the cart get up the mountain, and they gave in. But I managed to break them down. And now I think they might ask for more help, which will be very helpful. But yeah. So
And
stressed.
You are?
I'm Chen.
Would you like to see a picture of my husband?
We have this very important like noble thing we need to do to save the Northern Water Tribe. They're like in danger of some very like.
And we're not going to give details to this person we've just met.
I'll just say some people are misguided, and we have to re-guide them. Yeah. So
See,
lovely.
I was
to
gonna
meet
go
you.
with. We're going to the Northern Water Tribe, and we need a boat because these two thought they could walk it.
I thought I didn't listen. I can waterbend. I can take us there. It would just be
Oh.
tiring.
Have you tried waterbending the sea?
Look, I can do it, and I just waterbend some water out of the sea. Waterbending
like
the sea.
Genuinely a cup's worth of water that you've waterbended. Like, the scale of this is something that
Absolutely
literally
laughable.
the most powerful waterbender is not Moses' sea-splitting waterbender.
I know, but they keep saying that I can't waterbend it at all. It's water. I can waterbend water.
It's true. I've seen them. They
yes.
can waterbend very well.
Yeah, so can I. I still can't cross the sea.
I mean, how big can it
And
be?
then at that, like, you kind of understand that this is more about something to do with the sea rather than something to do with just the waterbending in general. And they kind of go, haven't you heard?
No. I mean, I don't know because you haven't told me, so I don't know if I've heard it or not.
That
She's from
the Northern Passage,
swamps.
it's been closed for centuries. The trading routes, everything, it's been cut off.
But how do boats get there?
They
Illegally.
They don't. Well, neither confirm nor deny the legal afflictions of the boats coming through. But there was a. No, you really don't know then. It's so the Northern Sea, the thing between the Northern Water Tribe and here, it's been blockaded for over a century at this point. I've never known it any other way. It's been... okay, what's the quickest way to explain this? There was a tsunami. These waters are the most prolific ones in and around here and pretty much the entire world, and the Northern Water Tribe were like, no, these are my waters, and then the Earth Kingdom were like, no, Water Tribe, these are my waters. And eventually this tsunami hit and destroyed so much of the Northern Water Tribe and so much of the Earth Kingdom, but obviously they started accusing one another. The Earth Kingdom was like, you bended the sea and caused this tsunami, and then the Earth and the Northern Water Tribe was like, no, you rumbled the Earth and caused this tsunami, when, I mean, it's a tsunami, nobody bent anything, but it was reason enough to nearly start a war, and Avatar Roku had to step in and, I mean, the war ended, but the blockade is still there. No one's really gone between here and the Northern Water Tribe for
But
years.
you are a waterbender.
Yes,
Explain.
And at that, like, they kind of sit down and start clutching their bracelet that they have and go, yes, I made a mistake and I was cast out. They found out that I was smuggling goods from the Northern Water Tribe to here in order to make a living for myself and my sister, and when they found out, well, they cast me out and they... let's say they imprisoned her in the palace to try to discourage anyone else from doing anything like that ever again, and I've never really been able to go back.
That seems extreme.
You should come
Especially
with us then.
Yeah, we should all go. You've smuggled things.
We should save your sister.
I'm
We're
down for
on
a
it.
little chaos. Yeah. breaking and entering. Oh, vandalism!
And,
Let's go.
and we're trying to help. If you help us save everyone, they have to let your sister go because they can't be. They can't. They gotta be nice to you if you save the city. That's how it works.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's I've kind of accepted
What's your
the
other
fact that
No.
it's easier to have been cast out than to have to live amongst your people and be seen as a traitor.
You see,
Yes, but we need to go there. So could you just?
Flint goes to reach
Are
a
you maybe
hand to their shoulder
bleeding?
and then gets overwhelmed and takes the hand back. But
Karen
tries
is like looking at your hand and being like,
But it's like Chen's like, yeah, I think I can understand what you're saying. I myself have also been cast off from my family, and I think we have common ground here, where we might be on a similar quest of righting previous wrongs done to our family. Whether or not those wrongs include a betraying husband who's trying to destroy the Northern Water Tribe, that is beside the point.
you said what?
Nothing.
Chen just leans a little like closer. Yeah, we have a lot in common.
Kavik is like brushing some hair around there. Yeah.
I like that. You mentioned that you have a husband and then continued flirting.
I don't mind
Again.
husbands.
You gotta come. You gotta come. You gotta come with us.
Okay, I think this is a pleading with an NPC. Can someone do a plead roll?
Okay, I get +2 to harmony, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one
I mean,
doing
and
most of the
you're leading
flirting.
this.
I feel
Let's be
like
honest.
you're uniquely situated for this role.
Oh! That is an 11.
Oh.
Chen's got game. Chen's got game.
You go full like Love Eyes here. And I think they kind of like realize that they've been in this state of having pretended to have moved on just for the sake of survival, really. And this is the first time they've actually had like, not friends because you've just met them, but like a group with which to try to attempt the thing that they've been wanting to do for so long. And so they kind of go, sure, let's leave tomorrow. I think I need the evening off.
Cool.
That's great.
Can
I need
we
some time
stay
to
with
collect
you?
rocks.
I don't have a. Have you seen my boat? It's a studio apartment. There's like you literally could not physically stay there.
Yeah.
But there's a hotel, a couple boats down that way.
What if we don't have money?
No, I'm happy to just dig us a hole.
I'd love a tour
We're
of
on
your
the
boat.
water. This is what? What?
No, there's the shore, the shoreline. Yeah, that's rock, earth.
But hotel would be nice. Love it. In my old life, used to be a little bit more comfortable than we've been
I can
on
see
our noble quest now.
I can see that, yeah.
I think I turned to Flint and I'm like, well, maybe us two just leave.
Honestly, I think we should
Them
just
to it. I don't.
let them talk. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, not my kind of thing, but it's great. Yeah. I mean,
And
people
this
in
Kavik
general.
is like, I mean, no. I could never do this. Enjoy the city. Have a lovely evening, and I guess I'll see you at dawn. We need to leave quite early to try and get past the blockade.
Fantastic. I'll be here pre-dawn. Just ready. I'll make sure they wake up. Bit slow start, these two. Okay, let's go.
Wonderful.
We'll see you at
I woke up at
dawn.
dawn.
Clint, you were talking about getting us food?
Yeah.
Like, maybe do that as we're leaving,
Okay. Okay.
not just when we're in the middle. That
Rock hut?
seems-
Anyone? Rock hut?
Rock hut sounds good.
Yeah. I don't have money for the hotel, so. Rock
Neither do we.
Rock hut. Fantastic.
Rock hut.
Rock hut. Cool. And I'll.
So do
and
you
I'll-
do you make your way back through the boats?
Mhm.
Cool. Bo, please push your luck again.
on the way, I'll just tap like the pat Chen's shoulder and be like, "Don't worry, we've got a whole sea trip ahead of us. Can get storms happen, boats rock.
You've got a whole sea trip to cheat on your husband.
He's evil. We know it."
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I feel about Flint giving me romantic advice.
Point in fact, Flint, ace. He's just in it for the chaos, and that's all.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Create drama.
Does
Yeah.
not care, but he needs something to tell his mom when he comes back.
So, I get a 6.
A 6, you say? You, after you kind of walk back through the boats, but you kind of get lost because the meat vendor has changed boats, and so you don't really know where the curve is anymore. And eventually, after a while, you start looking back, and for some reason, you feel like you're being followed.
And I'm just like, we gotta go, we gotta hide. I don't, can I jump into the water?
The boats are technically stuck to one another.
Okay, they're actually stuck, they're not like close to each other with something connecting them, they're like stuck to each other.
No, they're genuinely like the platforms come all the way to one
Okay.
another.
In which case I don't jump into the water. Can we,
I mean,
gotta-
you honestly, if you rolled, what would you even fucking roll for? Probably push your luck, because you might find like a space between two boats that's moved a little bit.
No, I'd only do it if I could do it quickly because I need to, like... I need to also protect Chen, but I'm, like... stressed. I'm like, we gotta go, we gotta run.
That's
Gotta-
what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
No, we're going
Did you
faster.
pick something? Did you take something? Great!
I mean, I may as well take something now, we're on the run anyway. Just grab
clear,
something on the way past.
Is someone stealing something?
No!
I just assumed that Bo had. That's why we were running. Because he's like, oh, I know the drill. We've taken something. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm not taking anything because I assume that something has already been taken.
As you run and you're running through the boats, but you don't really know where you're going anymore because everything seems to have shifted a little bit, and so you don't have the points that you've been through before aren't next to each other anymore, and everything is kind of weird, and night is falling, and so it doesn't look the same anymore, and it was already confusing, and now you genuinely don't really know what you're doing anymore. And as you run, and I'm going to roll some dice, and we're going to see what happens.
Woo!
Funny, the game, normally the real game for people who want to know about the real game, you as a GM don't get to roll, but that's really boring, so I'm rolling
Yeah.
dice.
Rolling the dice, the most fun part of any RPG game.
So that was a 12.
No.
As you kind of like jump from one boat to the next in your hurried state, Bo, your foot gets stuck between like two of the railings, and you fall flat on your face. And as you look up, you see two people staring down at you in disbelief. It's your parents. Bo?
Ah! I'm realizing right this moment that I maybe forgot to say bye. Or tell you truly anything.
Your mum falls to her knees, sobbing in tears, like touching you because she can't quite believe you're real.
I'm just like hugging her, but I'm also just like turning to Flint and Ten going, shit, I messed up. I messed up.
Are you okay? Are you're covered in dirt? Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was
And she like grabs water and like washes your face motherlyly.
And I'm just like, no, I need it, and I'm putting it back on my face.
What's wrong? And then your father like unrolls the wanted poster.
That's why I need the dirt on the face. That's why it's staying. Put it
everywhere.
away. Yes, put it away. Stop it!
What did you do? They're calling you a criminal. Oh my god, we had no idea we would find you here.
Okay, what are you doing here? Why are you...
We're looking for you. What would we be doing here? We're
I-
miles from home. There's a thing called the sea. Did you know about the sea?
Everyone seems to know about it. And I didn't know. I thought we just had like, you know, there's sometimes like lakes and stuff and they're bigger water and there's rivers and things, but everyone's like, oh no, it's the sea. You can't waterbend the sea.
That both of your parents go, you can't. Your dad is like, you can't waterbend the sea.
I think maybe they're
fully,
not as
like,
good water.
Does like
you know how...
just like one move and like all of the boats just go.
Exactly.
Who do they think we are?
I think they just don't understand waterbending. I think. But anyway, also, we should get out of this crowd. Regardless.
We have a room at the hotel if you want.
Is there room for us, all of us?
Oh, wait, who are these guys?
Chen introduces himself. Hello there, Mrs. and Mr. Bo. My name is Sung Chen. I am from a very respectable family in Ba Sing Se. I've been taking very good care of your child here. We've just been, you have to do some important...
visible disgust on their face as you start like bragging about your upbringing.
No.
Flint comes out and just like, hello, I'm Flint from the village near the frozen river. Hiya.
Fine
it.
people indeed.
They're helping me.
From this?
I want to take that poster. I definitely, as soon as that was in front of me, I was like, ooh, so I want to take it. Because I thought it would have been mine. That was the only reason. I want to take it. I want to try and take it off.
It's literally plastered all around you on pretty much every single
I have
boat
been
in here.
I have been beelining it to our goal.
Yeah.
I have not been paying attention to anything. So.
But like, you tried to like get this poster out of Bo's dad's hands, and fully they just go.
I guess
And
I
you
was
turn
distracted by
and
all
it's
the
an
food.
entire wall
Just like-
of just Bo's space, just
Yeah.
plastered everywhere. And
I
it's
like-
hefty reward, esteemed Ba Sing Se money, prestige promised.
Guys, let's get out of here. Let's leave. Let's leave right now.
At this, your mother like takes off bits of her cardigan that she's got and like fully envelops you with it and like,
I'm like,
drags you.
I guess this works. Yeah, sure. I'm just like, oh, I can't do.
And they walk like trying to look inconspicuous, just walking down this aisle of boats, trying to get back to the to the hotel.
Yeah, I turn to Shang as we're walking and just like, this is way more than Niv Alpha for me, I can tell you that. Just like as we're walking through.
I can't believe I didn't see the posters. I think there was really cool food going on here. They're right there. There was a hole. They're covered top to bottom of that wall.
Yeah.
And like as
Crazy.
you rip off one of the posters
What underneath?
for Bo, like below one of them is like your face.
What? Mine?
For like a measly reward. Like petty
Yeah.
criminal.
Yeah.
10 gold pieces for
I
reward.
I take it as like, see? Honestly, what does a guy have to do?
I feel like Chen
They just
really...
can't get my nose right.
I feel like Chen really thinks himself like a badass, like out on the land, police type dude now. He's like, yeah. Look at the people
Hanging
that
out with criminals.
Yeah, I'm a tough guy.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, go back to the hotel.
So you get all the way back to the hotel without, arousing any more suspicion. And as you get into the room, your mother explodes into tears. Like the display earlier, she was holding back from her true emotions. Like this has been a tough few months for her.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Ugly crying. Ugly crying.
I'm sorry.
How
fine.
could you leave and not say goodbye? We thought you were dead.
I'm not. So yay! It's happy joy time. No more crying, please.
Your dad is just stood in the corner. Like he's had to deal with her for the last few months in this state every day. He's kind of trying to not show emotions because he's a dad and so he doesn't know how to deal with his emotions like most dads, and he's just in the corner, but he's his eyebrows are quite close to one another.
It's all fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Why are you wanted?
So I assume that is because I'm pointing at Eva on my screen, but I don't know how that translates on other people's screens. Because this is a complicated situation. There's a lot going on. You know.
Explain.
The people making they were doing the power testing, the thing that I was doing, and then you
ran away one night.
No.
And then never came back.
That's not.
And then we heard that you'd been
no.
taken and imprisoned, and then we heard that you'd escaped, and then we heard that you'd murdered a guard.
So I didn't run away in the night. Let's not just say things.
What? We're playing a TTRPG. All we're doing is saying.
I was. Hey, that was Bo saying it to her mom. That was not me saying it to you. I was helping out on a renewable energy source idea. It seemed really great. I was helping out, and then I learned that they're not good people. And then they learned that I learned that. And so I was in prison. And then I got out. And then I got on a boat. And then that's where I met Chen. And Chen was also not happy about it not being good and was trying to help people, and we got to warn the Northern Water Tribe, and then we had to run away, and then we were still running away, but then Chen used to be rich, is not right now. It's a very stressful situation. And so Chen's family is, I think, maybe partially behind the wanted posters. It's mostly Chen's husband. Don't ask him about it.
Chen goes to take out the photo of his husband.
Chen,
and
not
now. Immediately Bo's mum is like, oh.
Don't do that. Okay.
Show the photo.
This is my husband. He's very handsome, but
he's a terrible person.
He's a
clutching of clutching of seaweed pearls is happening right now.
He's misguided. He's
a terrible person.
He's a very brilliant scholar, and he has all these ideas for new energy and bending, but
that only work with the exploitation of the Northern Water Tribe.
well, that's what we found out on the boat. And then your child was very courageous in helping me. Both of us kind of destroyed some of these things to make sure that the exploitation didn't happen. But then they were, my family's got a lot of very strong benders, so we had to get off the boat, and now we're here. Kind of a roundabout kind of way to get back to doing a helpful thing.
And Chen's husband is also partially, probably, I don't know how, he knows people and stuff, so probably the wanted poster is because of him too. I don't know. He's just a bad dude. He's a bad. Just focus on. I've forgotten their name.
Ning?
Kevik?
Kavik?
Kavik. I don't know why I said Kevik.
Who the fuck is
Just think about
Kevik
Kavik.
in this new Russian-inspired fantasy?
I'm like flipping names.
I think at that your parents are just, they have no idea what's going on. They're kind of like, so are you going to come home with us?
No,
And then
I
they
need to
look
go
at-
to
they-
the Northern War Tribe.
They kind of look at you, Chen, and go, so what I'm hearing is this is all your fault. How are you married with a horrible man who wants to exploit benders for his own personal gain?
I had no idea that this exploitation was part of
You
the plan.
were married.
I know. I am equally as astonished and furious and feel deep betrayal. We were married. Let me we were married. We were married for 10 years. I went to bed next to this man every single night. We talked about his work every single day. And he was purposefully hiding this from me. If it wasn't for your child, for exposing this exploitation, it would have continued. You've raised a very wonderful daughter.
I think they genuinely don't understand how you could have got, they are a very close couple. The whole family is very used to be very unified as a family unit. And so I think this is them calling you out because we're using balance moves this time. I know what I'm fucking doing, my dude. And so I think they're calling you out on your experience principle because as an elder, you should have known better. The move we're actually going to be doing is the one called Deny a Call Out, which is officially you trying to stand your ground on what you're thinking. But the way I'm swapping things around because I want to roll dice is that the way we're going to be doing Deny a Call Out is I'm going to be rolling as if I was calling you out as an NPC, and it makes more sense because then it means that with a 10 I succeed rather than you with a 10 failing.
Gotcha.
So we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to be rolling with your experience, which is just a 0, just a flat 0,
Yeah.
I think. And if I hit, we'll see what I get.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that's an 11.
Whoa.
So, on a hit, you either act as I say, which is kind of I'm assuming in this case it'll be kind of recognized that maybe your opinion of Ning was thwarted. Why do I try to say these words? I could have used any other word, but no, I went for thwarted. Your opinion and your sense, and then you can refuse to do that, so you can stand your ground by marking fatigue, but because it was a 10 plus, because this was an 11, the words hit hard regardless of what you've chosen, either the fatigue or going with that belief, and you must shift your balance towards the called on principle. So basically, by accepting the fact that maybe you were incorrect in this case. You are growing in your experience, and this is why your balance will shift. As a PC, you get to resist shifting your balance if you don't want to do it, which is another rule that you can do if you so wish. It's up to you to decide what narratively makes sense.
No, I don't think I'm gonna resist. I think it's very, because I've been traveling with Bo for a really long time and like feel very emotionally connected to Bo. So seeing like her family and another example of a family structure that was so different from mine, and like seeing her mom be so open like with her emotions, I think I feel like rocked. This is really different for how my family worked. So do I move my balance in which direction again?
So you move your balance towards experience as you recognize that and grow. And that will be your entire being has been a bit like shaken by this encounter with Bo's family.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, like, Bo's mum is kind of like, I don't understand why you don't just come home. We can deal with this. We can protect you in the swamp.
I don't need protecting. I need to do the protecting. I've been protecting Chen.
And look how he's doing.
What are you on about? He's alive? He's happy-ish? We're doing good. We're making progress. We just need to get, I need to do this. And I'm really sorry I didn't stop in the running away to let you know, or find a way to let you know that I was fine.
This is what I don't understand.
That could have got you murdered, so maybe that was fine. Really.
What were you scared of?
You getting murdered. What?
By some fancy-pantsy Bossing Say? Inventor?
By the minions that he has?
You shouldn't have left.
I didn't choose to! I was imprisoned! I was very much not leaving when I was imprisoned, and then the only chance was to stay there.
Who did you murder?
I didn't murder. I didn't murder. I did no. There was no murder.
Somebody died.
There was no murder. I didn't kill him. He died. There's a difference.
Did you kill this guy?
Did you know his name?
No.
Did you find out his name? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't murder anyone. I didn't. It's fine. We're gonna leave tomorrow. So we're leaving tomorrow, so we need to go to sleep. If we can't stay here, that's fine. We can go make a rock hut.
A what?
A rock hut.
A hut made out of rocks.
A rock hut.
Even them who are used to like humble living are looking at you like you've gone insane. We have 4 beds in this room that we won't be using. Have the room. We'll get another room. And at that you see that they are about to disappointingly leave. So if you want to do anything else, now is your time.
I think I just go. Can you find out his name, please, if you can, when you go back?
Well, are you sure you're not coming back with us?
No, I'll come back eventually. I need to do this first. I need to do this first, and then when it's done, everything will be safe, and there won't be any more of the posters, and everything will be okay.
and you see like your dad closes the door, and as you hear them walk away, you
What I'll say
fully
is-
hear your mum like break down.
What I'll say is I'll follow them out. And
You're
meet
following them out.
and meet
Then
them
you're
in the
seeing this.
corridor.
You're seeing this grown woman fall to her knees, sobbing and like crutching her husband's legs.
I'll come up, knee beside her, and like just a gentle hand on the shoulder, and be like, for the first
He's
time,
like grabbing your hand.
for the first time, actually serious in this entire time, and he goes, when I was young, we lost my father. I know it's not easy. I saw my mother cry night after night. If she ever found my father again, obviously not possible, but if he had returned like your daughter has to you, I'm sure that she would not want to let her go. So I promise you, with all the strength that I have, I'll make sure that your daughter returns to you alive.
Thank you. Thank you, my son. And she like grabs your hand, and like you see that it's helped, and that she kind of has leaned more towards trusting you two criminals with the life of with protecting her daughter, because she is aware enough to see that all three of you do care for one another and like wouldn't really leave anyone behind. And she's like, thank you. And Beau's father kind of like grabs her and is like, it's fine, she's gonna be okay, and walks away. Beau, you're gonna mark the guilty condition
That's
after this exchange.
not inaccurate.
Yeah. Flint comes back in the room. She's like, well, she's really broken up about that. Right. I'm gonna like poke the beds. Like, these are far too soft. Just gonna down my back and just like lay down on the floor and like roll under one of the beds and then stay there.
This is truly like, it's an average hotel. Like, it's like a... Nope, we're always going to go with hotel chains that only exist in France. What I mean specifically is hotels that we call Ibis Budget, which are...
Oh, no, those
just like...
exist.
Oh, they do! Incredible! That's what I mean. Ibis Budget is what I mean.
Yeah. Travelodge is
which
more
is-
known, but yes.
Sure.
None of those
Everyone
words
in
have
your
any
own
meaning
country.
to me.
Oh, okay.
Come up
A
with
motel.
like a kind of bad
Yeah,
hotel.
motel.
But yeah, like the mattresses aren't that thick, but they're real mattresses.
Yeah.
And there's hot water in the shower, and there's no food here. It is just a hotel room. But at least the night's sleep will be rejuvenating.
If you try to talk to me at all, I'm just walking away. I'm going straight to the shower. I'm ignoring you, and then I'm getting ready for bed, and I'm gonna just like, whilst the conversation. Yeah, I mean, I actually that conversation wasn't that long, but yeah, I would just walk away straight away.
Yeah, Chen definitely goes to turn and then sees that you're walking away and then sits on the edge of the bed.
And when I come back, I'll just like be like, I'll stare at you, and I'm like, I was gonna sleep in that bed, but I don't want to talk. And I'm just like, looking between the beds, and I'm just like, and I'll just kind of like try and, even though you're sat on, wait, is there like a sheet on the bed, like a blanket or whatever? There is.
It's
there
a real
enough
bed.
of that? Yeah.
It's an actual bed, yeah.
I'm gonna still try and get in bed, even though you're fully sat on top of it. I'm just like on the duvet. I'm gonna try and pull it up on the other side and just get in, and I'm just like, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna leave tomorrow. It's gonna be fine.
Chen, you can try to guide and comfort if you wish to do so. It's a new move that we haven't done before.
I think Chen's gonna give Beau some space.
Yeah.
He's not gonna, usually he would be vocally so enthusiastic about being in a motel with a real bed and hot water. But he's after this scene, he's like, that is inappropriate. I'm gonna give my friend some space. And maybe in the morning, I will remind her that I love her and I thank her very much for all that she sacrificed for me.
Is everyone going to bed then in their own space?
That seems
Cool. So you kind of all wake up in the morning after this intense night. You are sleeping in a lovely, lovely hotel. I don't know if I'd given anyone fatigue, but if I had, you can get rid of that. You're going to keep your condition, though, because it's not been resolved. And yeah, like the way the game does conditions is you have to do a specific thing that it tells you to do to get rid of them. The way I'm going to be dealing with them is once you've resolved that situation of you, or you like have absolved your guilt some other way, then you can get rid of it. You don't have to specifically do the thing it says on the character sheet to get rid of it. But yeah, so you kind of wake up in these nice, lovely beds. How does the morning happen? Remember, you need to be at dawn on Kavik's ship.
For the first time since they've been traveling, Chen is like up and at 'em. No more 10 minutes. Partially because of the wake-up call from Bo's family, but partially because there's a very handsome person with some very glistening pecs. They're gonna take us on a trip, I think.
for the funny little cruise that he's about to go with this next husband. Or next partner, I suppose.
I don't know, maybe Chen is a polyamorous person. I don't know whether there is TBD.
We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Yeah. I mean, again, Flint is used to getting up really early in the morning because there's usually when there's less people around, so he likes to do most of his stuff either really early in the morning or really late at night, and spends the rest of the time outside of town, really. I think he forgets for a second that he slept under the bed, because he's used to like stretching, and he just immediately like headbutts the wooden frame. Just, of course. Damn it. And then like rolls, like does a barrel roll out. Doesn't wash up, just gets his stuff and is ready to go.
I think I hear the smack against the bed frame and go and then kind of roll out of bed and quickly wash up and then kind of just get all my stuff together and ready to go.
Can I like turn to Bo as we're like packing up our stuff and just be like, I know there was a very emotional day yesterday, and you don't have to talk about it with me if you don't want to, but I just want you to know that you can if you do want to, and I just want you to know that I care a lot about you and I'm very grateful for the sacrifices that you've made to help me and to help the Northern Water Tribe, and I love you very much, and that's, yeah, I just want to say that. Putting the one picture away. Trying to...
I give you a hug and I just go, I love you too, and then walk off and go knock on my parents' door to say goodbye. This time. Okay.
So you knock at the crack of dawn?
Yes. We're leaving at the crack of dawn, I have to.
On your parents. So you knock on the crack of dawn on your parents' door, and after you hear like shuffling inside, and then after a few seconds you kind of overhear your mum going, oh, of course she'd knock now. And then she like gets out of bed and opens the door, and she's not looking at you straight in the eye. She's still like, she's upset that she couldn't convince you to go back with them.
I need to go.
Yeah. I think that's your right, and we'll see you when you get home. Travel safe, take care of each other, and yeah, say hello to Flint for us. He's a good one, and be careful with Chen. Love can make us do crazy things sometimes.
Like, Chen's realizing, Chen, yeah, he's fine. It's fine.
And at that, she like
sorry.
there's like a single tear, and she like embraces you really, really tightly, and it's like, oh, it's always so hard to let you go. And then she like releases you, and your dad is
I
like,
still
in
hold
the
on
back.
for a little bit,
oh,
and then I let go and then go over to to my dad and
your dad is just like the really awkward dad hug that's always like you don't really know where it's trying to go.
it's like it's look after mom.
That's what I always do. And he like kisses you on the forehead, and then releases you and like grabs your mum by the shoulder. I know what I'm doing. I know how to romance. Look at me, romancing. And at that, they kind of like wait to watch you go, as long as they can.
And, like, is there a window in their room?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I just,
yep.
I'm
Totally.
I'm just like, wait. You can. I point out to like what's their name again?
Kavik.
I'll say Chavik. That's fine.
Don't
Kavik.
call them the wrong name.
That's the boat we're gonna be on. You can watch
Oh.
it go if you want. I just in case
Okay.
you need to see the boat.
Yeah, I think we will. And at that, like they close the door and like fully, the two of them go and like wait next, like excitedly at the window. You know how when your parents like drop you off at the train station and like the people who have loving families, their parents will like run after them.
I was gonna say, my parents, you mean drive off immediately?
Like they're running after the train and they're like waving as long as they can. This is like this image, but your parents behind the hotel window.
Okay, cool. And then I go back to our room and go, let's go now.
Let's go.
Now.
Let's go.
Flint sort of like turns around because he probably sees Bo kind of embarrassing looking over his shoulder, and Flynn just turns around and just like gives a big thumbs up, and then heads out.
Cool.
They said hello. Flint. They said.
Oh, yeah, nice folk.
Yep.
We got a person to see and a boat to go on. Let's go.
Chen full on driving their way towards traffic.
Definitely doesn't remember the way back, but is really trying to get Flint to like pick up speed so that he can follow him.
So you make your way through the boats. There's barely anyone up at this point. It is truly before people usually get up. So the people who are up are the fishing people who have gone already or like are about to leave. And you get to the boat, and Kavik is here wearing this kind of like flowy jumpsuit type of vibe that seems just very convenient for fishing, but also very conveniently highlights their features. And as soon as they see you, they kind of like they wave excitedly, and then they go like and like open the like small gate between their deck and like the deck of the next boat that you've come over. Hi, oh, you're all here. I was only expecting Flint this early.
Well, you said dawn, so we try to be punctual, and we're ready to go.
Of course, I'm glad you're here. It means we can leave even earlier with all of your help. And basically they kind of point you to things to do so that the boat is ready to leave as quickly as possible. And then they go, so where is it exactly that you're trying to get to?
Northern Waterfront.
So, this is as if you were like, where do you want to go to? Oh, the Earth Kingdom. You know, it's pretty big.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Whoever's in charge.
Agna Keller, the capital city, that would be probably where you want to go. The city with the most defences, obviously, that's where you want to go. My hometown. Okay, no, this is
you
fine.
should know
This
the
is
way.
fine. I do know the way. I also
Fantastic.
know that there's about 27 to 28 naval ships guarding that entrance. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Let's go. Let's just go. Stressed out. They're stressed out. They don't know where to go.
Are we putting you in danger? Too much danger? You don't have to go.
I think I need to. I think... You know, sometimes life, it's the same, and it's the same, and it's the same, and then something happens, and you can, at this point, decide, do I keep on with the motion and pick one side and never change anything? Or do I follow this scary route and maybe get my life back on track? And I think it's time. I think it's time that, I miss my sister, and she needs me. And as much as I try to think that she's better off without me, I think that's a cop-out. And I think it's time. Let's go.
Okay, but can you promise not to die?
So we're all really gonna be taking care of each other.
Okay.
Bo and I survived for a long time by each other, and we're all.
I've not died yet. Yeah.
No,
Oh.
we're like a
The
little.
three of you haven't been travelling together. I would have, not to assume anything, but I would have assumed that maybe he was the one keeping you alive. My bad.
No.
No,
No,
Bo is really a survivalist. No, but what I mean to say is that you're a part of our little crew, little family now. We take care of each other. We're gonna make sure we all get there, and we're gonna support each other.
You can
And
see
it's
that
happening.
this hits them hard. They are getting teary-eyed at the idea that someone will actually take care of them. Actually getting to know people hasn't happened for a while. And you all kind of get on your way. The boat is ready to go.
And I was like, okay, wait, hang on. How long would it take to cast off?
To what?
To cast off, to leave the boat, to leave here. I forgot
We're
something.
ready now.
I forgot something. How long would it take to get to shore?
All the way back to shore.
Yes. I run fast.
Ah.
It's empty. One moment.
Go ahead.
I
we can
empty
wait- we can
my
wait
bag.
for you.
I empty my bag on the deck and then run back to shore. When I
Okay.
get to shore, I just start scooping dirt into the bag.
I forgot something. Something is just a bag of
Incredible.
dirt.
I just pack the bag and I use my earthbending to just pack it so that it's all in there, and I tie the zip really barely at the top, put it on.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna run back.
Run all the way back. And all this time, Kavik has been holding onto the rope that was the last thing holding the boat back to the thing, and kind of flexing muscles. Doing it at first, not subconsciously, and then seeing that it's having an effect on Jen, fully just being oh, yes, oh, this boat's so heavy. And basically
Great thinking,
the minute that
Flynn.
you get
Great job. Great teamwork. As a fellow Earthbender, I appreciate that, and for no other reason at all.
And as soon as you get back on the boat, the rope gets left. and you start sailing onto the sea. It's smooth sailing for a while. These are just Earth Kingdom fishing waters. There's no war or anything going on here. But pretty soon you start seeing, like in the distance, away ahead, literally rows and rows of boats facing each other with a kind of like no man's sea in between them, with your regular just Earth Kingdom Navy on one side, and then your regular Water Tribe boats, war boats, on the other end. And at that, this is the moment you kind of understand the scale of this. Like, it's not just some sort of local conflict. This is nations fighting one another for this small piece of sea. And yeah, but as far as you can kind of, you look around, and as far as you can see, there's boats the entire way on both sides. What do you want to do?
Right, so I'm assuming we're not popping down to say hello. Is that right?
So I've been thinking about this, and getting past Earth Kingdom isn't the problem really if we're not planning on turning back with contraband. Me returning to the Northern Water Tribe means this boat will have a problem crossing the other side of this blockade.
What if you were not here? What if there was just a bunch of bags in the corner? I don't know how big this boat is. I don't know if
it's pretty small. It's pretty small, but you can probably hide someone in there.
If we just hid you,
I mean,
the stuff.
you're waterbenders, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just hide under the boat? No one checks under the boat.
Well,
Not
if
that
we're
I have
trying
experience
to...
with smuggling anything. I don't have experience with smuggling. I'm just saying. You know, I've never smuggled anything. Just saying. People never check under the boats.
The Water Tribe warriors might check under the boats if they're looking
Why?
for
We're a
water
little
bender
dingy.
stuff.
We're a little dingy.
That's true. I'm on board for a hide. Plan hide.
Flam hide.
Plan hide, Kavik.
Kavik, would you be able to make yourself an air pocket big enough, and do you think it would work? Do they check?
I mean, Earth Kingdom definitely won't. They're mostly looking for, like, stolen goods or anything imported, but I've
Quick
checked
question, do you
everywhere
have
this
any...
morning and I don't.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, do you have...
I don't have any. I threw everything away this morning. This is not a return trip for me.
Flint just walks to the corner, pulls something out of his pocket and drops it in the water. Yeah, no contraband!
Kavik is like appreciating. Kavik is like happy that this is happening. But they're like, yeah, I guess that would work. I am a waterbender. I can definitely do what you're asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying, people have gone on boats before and they have shuffled through, especially if they don't want things coming in. If they just see the three of us, they'll go, why are you going? It's like, I don't know, just curious. We've never visited the Northern Water Tribe. You know, sightseeing, tourism.
I guess we can try.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
I need
Forever
to go under the
imprisonment.
boat too.
That's fine.
I
That makes it.
forgot.
Aren't
That makes it even better.
I'm also semi-wanted?
You're not wanted, you're missing, it's fine.
Do you think that they would have... I guess there isn't, like, wanted posters of me.
But here's the thing. Isn't the Earth Kingdom looking for you? In that case? Not
That's
the Water...
true.
Because if you have vital information to the Water Tribe, it's great if they capture you. But, you know, if it's the Earth people that you have to worry about.
I would say better safe than sorry, because even if there aren't explicit like wanted signs after me, my family has probably alerted a lot of like high officials to check for me.
That's all right.
So
You
Flint,
can-
you are the one and only person on this boat.
All right. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Just. Yep, just remember. We have to make an air pocket for ourselves.
Yeah.
So, the more chaos you cause,
Yep.
the more likely it is that the air in that air pocket will run out.
Got it.
So, we
So
want
no-
as little.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you were gonna go for no chaos, but
I-
little I can do with a little. That's fine.
I'm setting my expectations realistically.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
Yeah. Okay.
God, you guys learn so fast. It's great.
Somebody
I still
point
am.
me to a bag, a burlap sack that I can jump into.
I mean, I assumed that me and you would just like hug, and then I would make the water
Oh.
pocket for us.
That's very sweet. Okay.
So the thing with this is, if you're doing it for yourself, I'll let you just do it for free. If you're trying to grab someone else, that would be a relying on your skills and training, and it will be a hard one.
Just throw me in some bags.
What if they
Because,
find
like,
out?
it is-
Because if they
it
find
is-
you,
You are carrying a whole other person.
Yeah, that's fair.
well, if you want, I can earthbend a grip into the side of the boat. That way you don't have to swim. You just have to hold on. I brought that.
that lower the DC.
It's not
Earthbend
just-
what
it's like-
into the
Yeah.
boat?
I guess, honestly, yes, but it will be a rely on your skills and training for you as well to try and hold the... Because, like, if you put dirt in water, it fades away.
My
So you'll
my
have to be bending.
My skill is I can change the like density of it to turn into rock. So I basically was gonna bend
Yeah.
it into the cracks of the wood and then turn it into solidify it into rock so that it holds.
Yeah, that will be still be relying on
on a
skills
skill.
and training.
Fantastic.
Yeah. If you
Let's
want
see
to
if I can
that.
do it. Ooh, perfect. Oh god, maths. 10.
Brilliant. Just let me know what it looks like.
I basically opened the pouch that I had filled with sand, put it down and let it like pause slightly. And as it pours, I try to see where the most like groove will like fall through. And as it falls through, I put my palm on the pile of sand and just feel it out and then push. And as it pushes, it kind of like it jets like a little jet of sand. And as I feel the loss of connection to that bit of sand, I solidify where it's losing until it solidifies all the way around into a handhold.
Very
Cool. In that case, it will be a normal rely on your skills and training to get everyone hidden underneath the boat.
They're not gonna fail me. I believe. Ooh. That is. I get relying on your skills and training is focus. I get +2, so that's 10.
Nice.
Incredible. Tell me what happens.
I think I kind of like it's like a side scoop thing. That is how I'm holding Jen, and so that you can have your other hand holding the handle, and then I've kind of it's mostly just around our heads that there's the air bubble, but we're just there in the water, and I guess Kavik's on the other side of the boat. We're just floating along.
Yeah, so Kavik at that point, once you've gone down, is gonna take all of their clothes off. No. And you've missed it because you're below ground already. No,
He's
it's gonna
trying to
just,
be
like,
really aerodynamic,
put
but
on-
what's this equivalent with water?
like put on just like a swimming thing so that all of their clothes don't get really gross, and basically does what you're doing, on the other side of the boat, thing. And yeah, Flint, this is the first time you've actually had to drive a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And so for this, I will make you push your luck, please.
Let's go. And what do I
In
get?
all of
Passion?
Flint's adventures,
I get
he's
a plus
never
one.
driven a boat?
Nope, just rock-based, really. But it's fine. I get a +1 because it's passion.
Fine, you've basically got a propeller boat because you've got 2 waterbenders underneath.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay.
A 6
is-
plus 1.
Nice. So you kind of like, it's confusing at first, you don't really know what you're doing. So the boat kind of does a weird like, that does attract the attention of the people in the Earth Kingdom Navy. And as you steer back the proper way, you move forwards and you see like coming down from those 2 boats, 2 smaller, I don't know what they're called. The
Rowboats?
small boats that go really fast.
Speedboats?
Sure, but like an older version of a speedboat because this is in the 21st century. But like you see like 2 smaller boats with 2 people on each boat kind of advance towards you. And as this is happening, we zoom out of this scene with 2 PCs hidden under a boat, a very attractive NPC hidden under a boat, another PC who doesn't know how to drive boats on the boat. Luckily you have left an actual earthbender on an Earth Kingdom boat, so that may or may not help you later. And as we kind of zoom back out of this, the camera pans and like travels a distance, and we cut to the front of the deck of the leading ship of an Earth Kingdom fleet. It's now pitch black. The night has fallen upon here, this like region of the world, and a man dressed in pristine Ba Sing Se robes has his back to us, hands clasped firmly behind his back as he stands tall, and he's looking in the distance, and away from him, so where he's looking, we sort of see shimmering lights on the horizon, and a woman walks up to him and whispers in his ear, "This is it. We'll be reaching Agna Keller tomorrow evening." And with this, we end the second session of Blanket Fort. Yay!
Woo!
Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you liked this episode, please subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the adventures, and tell your friends. If you would like even more extra bonus content, more of us, earlier releases of these episodes, audio only episodes with no interruptions, and a lot of other cool stuff, go check out our Patreon. It helps us make more of these quicker because they take time. If you have anything to spare, we'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, join us next week to find out the terrible fate that awaits our heroes on their perilous journey to the Northern Water Tribe. Thank you!